Hello and welcome to Brandumentals. This is Feras, and in this video I'm going to walk you through a step-by-step on how to modify the template you've downloaded or installed from Brandumentals and how to customize it so you are ready to go with the product launch. If you remember from the installation video, we finished right here in this page where it said rebate credential keys, and that's where the Amazon as a whole account credential keys go here. And then you have the product key launch, the product launch key goes in this section. So now we're going to head over to settings and go to custom fields. From custom fields, we're going to the bot fields, and this is basically will be 90%. Everything we're going to modify here or customize will make 90% of everything you have to do in order for you to actually start the launch. Actually, as a matter of fact, you could start the launch right after we finish with all of these that say customize. But the other options are optional for you. We have default values for them, and I will walk you through step by step, and I will go through exactly to explain every single custom field or bot field, what they do and how you could change it based on if you want the launch to be aggressive, or if you want it to be moderate, or if you want it to be very conservative. I will walk you through the whole process. But let's start with the customize description that says customize. Every single thing you see here that says customize, you must change because it's mandatory, so we can make it very specific to your product. So if you can see here, the rebate credential key, this is something already defaulted in from the previous step, which is the installation video. It explains how to put the credentials, so you don't have to touch that. If you come here and it says rebate product name Amazon ASIN, so you need to click where the value is, and let's insert an ASIN. Have an ASIN here ready for this video. Going to go ahead and insert this one. And then we're going to skip all of these except for the ones that say customize, as I mentioned. The name of the brand, go ahead and click on set value. And I kind of looked up a brand, just a random brand as an example. There's no association to this brand. And I added it right here. I'll get back to these things in a little bit, but we're going to finish everything that's mandatory, as I mentioned before. Go ahead and go to the rebate product name image URL. This is where the participants that go through the chat flow will see the actual image of the product. So you could click here. I also have a link that I created, and you insert right here. It's also preferred that you take a screenshot of the product with the star reviews, so people can kind of get to know if you have any reviews. That would be awesome, so they can know exactly what product it is. But if not, you could just use the Amazon image, and I took the address. I copied the Amazon listing image address. Go ahead and scroll down all the way to the product name launch key. This is already taken care of, so please don't touch that unless you have started a different launch. So you could just go ahead and change it. This is also asking you what is the product name. So when the participants go through the flow, what would your product name be? For example, in the previous examples, I said doormat. So I'm going with the doormat. And that's it. This is exactly right now how it's actually finished. This is basically 90% of the entire funnel. There are a couple more steps we're going to go through in different videos. But before I finish this video, I showed you the mandatory changes that you have to do, and I mentioned that I wanted to go through every single one of them. So let's go over some of the stuff that we didn't do. For example, here it says the product name Amazon SKU. So let's say you have multiple SKUs in your listing, and some of the SKUs you don't want to give offers to. All you have to do is give the SKUs, for example, that you want to offer here, and you could separate them by commas. Same thing actually goes with the ASIN. If you have multiple ASINs, you could also separate them by commas, add one and separate by commas. Just gonna make sure I do this. Again, the SKUs, it's very important that you list your SKUs, and this is actually one of the biggest differences, that a lot of the templates you see out there, they don't have SKU specific templates, and you're going to see this here where you could actually choose whether you want to launch a product with all the SKUs or a product with some of the SKUs that have multiple SKUs in one parent listing, and this will actually be the solution for that. All right, so we finished this from before. Let's go down here. And this is the daily giveaway limit. We defaulted it at 25. You have the option to go 10 or 20 or 30 or 50 or even 100. That's up to you how many units you want to give. But after the 25 units, you're set as a limit, daily limit. It will stop. It will stop giving away any of the products in that day if it finishes the 25, of course. This is a cool function if you feel like your listing has been, not necessarily the listing has been hijacked, but if your offer or your promotion was shared in a group that you were not happy with and you're seeing things are going, you could literally come here. Remember how we came here, we went through the setting, custom field, bot fields, and then you come here and expire the entire listing, the flow, and say this offer has expired. And if you're ready to go back again live, you could just default, bring it back to where it used to be defaulted, which is no. In this section or this bot field, this is where we have determined that in a natural way, some participants or some, if you follow the normal Amazon shoppers, it would take sometimes over 14 days to leave feedback or a review. So we give them at least 14 days to write a review on your product or to ask for a product feedback. It is up to you to kind of lower the days and make it closer. I mean, if you want to do it in 7 days, you can. If you want to do it in 20 days, you can. It's up to you. We chose 14 days to kind of follow the natural path of a normal purchasing behavior. So this is a really cool thing, actually. This actually is one of the areas where you could control how aggressive you want to be. All right, let's move on to the next one. This is where you choose what kind of gift card you want. In this specific template, you have two options. You have one as a Visa, and you must write the word Visa. It defaults at Visa, or you could switch it to the MasterCard. It's up to you. Don't touch that area, the descriptions. Just go ahead and change the Visa into MasterCard if you want to. If not, you could just default it at Visa. I typically like to keep it at Visa, but that's a preference as well. And if you're asking what is the Visa and MasterCard, these are the gift cards or the pre-issued credit cards that the participants receive as a rebate. This is the customized one. This is one of the mandatories. We covered this. Let's move on to the next one. This is also, okay. This is a cool functionality. Do you want to include a shipping cost with your rebate or no? That's up to you. We defaulted at no because we expect people that have Prime are the ones buying your product. But it's up to you if you would like to, include shipping for those that don't have Prime. You could do that. This is your option right here to do. This is also another field where you could include or exclude taxes from the rebate. You could say, I don't want to pay for rebates, so you could go ahead and say no, or you could just cover it and do a full rebate and cover the taxes by saying yes. And this is where it's defaulted at. We could skip that and come here. This is an interesting one. If you would like to do a full 100% rebate, all you have to do is put 100%, and you could type, oh yeah, it's just a actual number. So you could do 100%, or you could do 50%. This is depending on how aggressive also you want to be. For the most part, we default it at a full rebate, which is 100%. You have the option to change that. Typically it's actually really cool or good practice to come back and talk to the participants that actually bought your product before, and they left reviews. The cool thing, you could see all of the people that bought your product left positive reviews on the dashboard on Brandumentals, and you could actually remarket to them with lower rebate fees, like maybe a 50%, maybe a 60%, maybe a 40%. It actually can be a profitable campaign if you want it, for those that you have collected as fans or as participants, and they become your list basically. So this is a way for you to convert buyers or rebate participants into actual buyers, slowly introduce them to lesser and lesser partial rebates. So in this, when you put 100%, so again, it's defaulted at 100%. Just make sure if you change that, let's say you change it to 50% rebate, make sure you go down to here where it says the product name, rebate percentage name. This actually is the reflection. This is the text that's reflected on the actual flow. So this is the mechanism. This is exactly what the bots will do and will deduct when I showed the 100%, and now we changed it to 50. So anytime you change this number, please make sure you communicate that with this, so participants will not have any issues by seeing, oh, it's 100%, and then they get 50%. So make sure this number equals this at any given time. So you could go ahead and put 50 here, and it would say 50%. But that's, again, up to you. It will default at 100, and here it will say 100%. Typically like to write full because it will say 100% full rebate. Or if it was 50, you could say 50% partial rebate. It's up to you. You don't even have to say that. This is another cool function. Remaining daily units, it's set at 25. You could, if you would like to end an actual campaign and you kind of wanted to hurry up and close it, you could just drop this to 3 or 2 or 30, not having to worry about the daily limit giveaway here. But typically speaking, it is 25 as a default. This is a text where you could say the default of the word product. So it's like when it says in the flow, and you will receive your product in this day. And that's it. This is exactly what you need to do for customizing your template and make it ready to go for launch. And also you have these nice controllers where you could change the daily limits. You could change if you want it to expire or not. You could change the feedback time if you want it more aggressive. If you want to ask for 100% rebates, you could do it right here. Or if you want to ask for less than 100%, you could also do it here. And that's it.